Hola, ¿cómo estás? Eres, it's your boy, do you know what I'm saying? Artiste, the World Cup, don't watch the drip on my slip, do you know what I'm saying? We're drinking some lime cordial. But anyway, it's World Cup, it's the business end of the World Cup, so you know what that means. It's exciting time. You know, I've not been a fan of this World Cup. I don't like money in things. I think money has really corrupted this year's competition, unfortunately. I'm not a fan of the hydration break, so if you guys don't know, football is a game of two halves. And the Americans looked at that and they said, we need to put more breaks in this because we need to make some more money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what they've done is in each half they've put a hydration break. I'm not against hydration breaks. I'm all for player safety. FIFA argue you need hydration breaks because the world is getting hotter. In Qatar they needed it because they built stadiums that they promised was going to be fully air conditioned and some of them weren't. I don't know. I didn't go to the last World Cup, sorry, but it was one of the best World Cups there ever was, even though the West painted a lot of nasty words about Qatar and the fact that they were hosting beforehand. So fine, like, do you know what I'm saying? We're here, we're in America, we're in the civilized world, and this is potentially one of the World Cups. One of the worst World Cups has been this year's World Cup. We've had Iran forced to leave. We have scandals about players with SA not being let into countries. Should they be let into countries? Should they be allowed to play? There's been a lot of inconsistencies, especially hosting it over 3 countries. You know, each country still. Damn, I thought this would evaporate quicker. Anyways, this is a design style. Point is they expanded also the group stages, and what they've done by doing that is they've complicated the competition because they didn't like, you know, the way the brackets work is you have like one team that wins. So you need 2 teams to play each other for a final. There's 4 teams in a semi-final, 8 teams in the quarter-final, you know what I'm saying, round of 16, and now there's a round of 32, which is crazy for there to be 32 rounds. Like fine. That would be fine, I feel like, if we had double the amount of teams. Fine, we want to make it a World Cup. We want to involve more countries. We want to see more smaller countries see the wealth. I'm all for that. This is like a halfway of doing it, which made things more complicated when the World Cup was always like, you know, a child can understand it. I mean, not to say a child can't understand this, but I'm saying like a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever, fine. Think of the children, fine. Like, forget it. We're here now, round of 32. The African teams seem to be doing really well. There's 9 African teams, I believe, and there's a lot of fanfare about that the African teams have done so well. You know, we're going to have a look in a second at the brackets and how the group stages ended and what our predictions are for the rest of the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? This is me putting out. This is when things are getting interesting. Now I can watch every game, try catch up, you know, make sure I stay on top of it. Like before, it was too many teams, and sometimes games clash with each other as well. So I mean, like, the last game of the group stage has to be played at the same time, so that one team doesn't know the score of the other team, so that they don't have to so that they can't just try play to a score that suits. So like, if you need another team to like draw or lose, but if they draw, that means you have to win. So then, otherwise, if they lost, then you'd just play to draw, so that you knock the other team. That's not fair, anyways. Point is we're left with 32 teams, so let's have a look at who we got. Let's see how I'll do this full screen shit properly. I should have prepared this better. Okay, I think I'm gonna start here. This is always wrong, but anyways, let's say this display capture was this one. Okay, here we go. You know, don't look at my tabs, don't watch the tabs. You know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this in full. Like this, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, welcome to hypemerica. You know, guys, we're going to put, guys and girls, we're going to put our little images back if they've not been lost. Here we go, hypemerica. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all those fun things. Okay. Here we go. Subscribe plus like, baby. You know, it's hype. Fucking America. HYPEMAN. All right. Let's see what's going on. So format schedule. Anyways, I like using the Google. The Google shit is pretty good. Let's see, knockout. Let's see. All right. This is exactly what we want to look at. So these are the teams that are left. So this is all we care about. This is what we had before the group stages. Mexico came out on top. Of course they would, you know. Well, I'm not gonna go through all the wins, to be honest. Like, I think that's a bit long, and I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes. So let's just quickly run through this. You know, these is who left. Like, again, it was harder for a team to stay in the World Cup than it was for them to go home. More teams, more than half the teams are still staying for the next round. So it's like, it was pretty easy to qualify, to be honest. It was kind of a warm-up. It's interesting. It's a different dynamic, but I felt it was a bit fair to Iran. Iran got shafted in this World Cup. So the big story politically out of all of this is obviously that Iran is at war with the United States, which the United States is the aggressor in this case, and it's being held on American territory. And the Americans have forced the Iranians to leave right at the end of the game. Like, you're not allowed to warm down, blah, 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 get out of our country. We'll let you in to play the game, and you got to go back to Tijuana, son. Uncle Sam said, you got to go back to Tijuana where you belong. You brown skinned ass. Anyways, let me not. But racist, like, do you know what I'm saying? Favoritist, like, unfair, definitely. And in the last game, they scored the last minute goal, which was disallowed. So and the reason it was disallowed is not just questionable, it's borderline criminal, I would like to argue. So we'll load up. Let's see, is this going to load up? So 0-0 against Egypt. Good game. Good build. That was after. Okay, let's see what it was for. All right. So here we go. We're going to see. This is the replay. Let's give this a watch. Fucking hell. What's going on with my internet? Was ready to hit it. Offside how? Am I blind? How is that? How can that be offside? Are we like looking at the same thing here? Like, how can that be offside? Like, he's close. This is the line, yeah? How can that line? He's like, that's the toe. That's the line, bro. He's like, this much onside. Handball.
So the goalkeeper makes a real hash of it. Now then, oh, look at that.
In what world is this offside? In what world is this offside, bro? Am I living on the same planet? Are we doing the same maths? Are we doing the same 1 + 1 is 2? That clearly we're not, bro. Do we both know what straight line is?
That is so tight.
But look high up, number 2, Yasser Ibrahim at the top of the screen.
Yeah, but you need 2 players.
Yes, the goalkeeper ahead of it, of course.
The goalkeeper's ahead of it. 2 players.
Yes, the goalkeeper ahead of it, of course.
The goalkeeper's ahead of it.
They're saying that, okay,
Yes.
I'm not inside about offside today because I flipped out here, but clearly I was wrong. Because I didn't know that if the goalkeeper, I don't know what kind of new rule is that. Like, offside. Let's ask ChatGPT. So this is not sponsored by ChatGPT, but when did the offside rule become there needs to be 2 players behind the goalkeeper? Let's see. So there needs to be 2 players. Regardless, that is on, like, let's have a look. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I need to fucking draw the lines here. I might have to draw a line. I literally need to draw a line. Because I don't believe this shit. Let's get a straight line, a vector line for in Illustrator. Right, we've got Illustrator open. Let's take our screenshot. Screenshot this once again. All right, let's screenshot the fucking shit. Let's drop it into our Illustrator. So if I draw a fucking rectangle like this, I'll fucking match it to this one. That's our straight line, right? Let's make it one, like a couple px, you know. Let's make this red so it's really obvious. All right, let's take, he is offside. He is offside. Like if I took the last pixel. So in all fairness, do you know what I'm saying? As much as I feel like Iran was robbed, I mean, regardless, they've been treated unfairly. However, I've just disproven my own conspiracy theory. So you know what I'm saying? Like I will have to retract. You know, see clearly we can learn things, but still think it was unfair. Do you know what I'm saying? Like not based on this. Hopefully the game was fair, but I just mean like even preparation or warm downs could make a difference. We'll never know. Whatever. We are where we are. So knockout stages. Let's start wrapping this up. So we have South Africa, Canada. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't really matter who goes through. Like I mean, Canada have been looking weak. I've got my money on South Africa. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to either be a draw or South Africa's win at the, after 90 minutes. Canada could sneak it. It doesn't matter if they sneak it because they're playing Netherlands or Morocco. Next, I mean, if they make it to the round of 16, like hurrah, but like that's the, you know, the best that they were going to do. South Africa, another African team, probably one of the worst African teams. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't really have a lot of, they're not going to beat Netherlands or Morocco. Morocco now probably the best African team, lacking clinical finishing. Netherlands, like outside of the top European teams, is like a mid kind of European team now. Ex-powerhouse, but in this tournament, I got my money in Morocco. Do you know what I'm saying? I got Morocco, whoever in the first round there. Like all that matters, Morocco is going to probably go to the quarters, you know. So I got Morocco's at the quarters. I've got Germany, Paraguay. Like Germany, do you know what I'm saying? Like Paraguay could sneak something like a draw, but the Germans will see it through. France, Sweden, we all know France is going through. Like, that's like as obvious a result as you're going to be. France, Germany for the round of 16. That's exciting. That's a cool game. France to go through. France, Morocco repeat meeting. Obviously, that was a big game in the last World Cup. It's going to be a huge game, France, Morocco. Belgium, Senegal, I reckon Senegal again, probably the best team outside of Morocco. I mean, beat Morocco in the finals of AFCON this year. So I've got my money on Senegal. I probably reckon Senegal will beat Belgium. Belgium are the ex-number one world team. They used to be the number one team in the world by FIFA rankings. They're like a mid-team now, like they don't really, the Hazard's gone, like all their, Lukaku was a good striker, but never a top striker, you know what I'm saying? Like not like, he's not Haaland, you know, but he's a good striker, let's don't get it twisted. Fuck yeah, and shows up at World Cup, so I mean, they're going to be a hard team to beat Belgium. I'd say Belgium's obviously probably favourites still, regardless, but yeah, like I'd love to see Senegal win. Doesn't matter because yeah, I mean, like regardless of like, I mean, it's a good opportunity for them to get to the quarters because you got USA, Bosnia. I really hope Bosnia win, but I feel like it's in the stars for USA to try get through to the quarterfinals. Because if USA can beat Bosnia and then beat Belgium or Senegal, which are let's face it, not the toughest teams. You know, it's not a Spain or even a Portugal or even a Croatia, which is what we're looking at in the next 4 bracket. You know what I'm saying? So Spain have to beat Austria, which is a mid team. I would say like just like almost on par with Belgium, or like trying to be up there in like as a solid team. They have some solid players. Austria are always like, they're always like kind of strangely good, you know, like you don't expect a lot of them, but they're strangely good. So it will be a solid game, but Spain is obviously going to come through that. Portugal, Croatia got to go home. Probably, I mean, the 2 old guys, the 2 old Real Madrid, 40-plus-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Like Croatia could win that. I don't know, like Portugal are not going to be favourites by like a huge margin. So I reckon Spain, Portugal, Spain, Croatia, whatever it is, Spain is going to go to that other quarter-final against either USA or like one of the other teams. But I reckon Spain, USA quarter, France, Morocco quarter in the top half. And so that leaves us with Morocco, France are winning. Do you know what I'm saying? Like France came out to ball this year, and like France, Spain semi. I'm just like straight. Those are the 2 best European teams. Like them in a semi. That's a big semi. That's an obvious semi. That's what's going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? And like maybe Morocco can upset France in some like miracle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen on the day. But Portugal, are they going to beat Croatia and then beat Spain? Do you know what I'm saying? And then have to just play like a USA team. That it could be a decent run, you know. That Croatia not one of the hardest teams. Spain, the best European team, but you know they'll have energy for that. Portugal, you know, playing your neighbour, playing your rivals, you know, always extra energy. The problem with Portugal is they've relied too heavily on Ronaldo. So in this World Cup, so far our top scorers are Messi, Mbappe, Haaland. You know what I'm saying? Haaland is probably not winning the World Cup. Like, you know, they've already using their Norse mentality, put it like, no, France are going to win, so it's calm. So then they've sacrificed, they only can attain hero status no matter what they do. So they're having a bit of a fun, a bit of a blast at this tournament. Yeah, I think like, well, probably my money is on the top scorer. I mean, I just feel like Mbappe is a huge show out. I have a friend that has a conspiracy theory that FIFA want Argentina to, like, you know, Messi to bag another one. That would be huge. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not going to get into it. We'll keep this non-political, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? More on that in a different video. Like, write a comment if you want to know about the deep, dark secrets. You know, write a comment if you want to know the deep, dark secrets of what goes on behind FIFA and how it gets its money and how they plan all of this shit. But that's for another time, girls and boys. Right now, we want to talk about the next half of the bracket. So that was the top half of the bracket. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I've got Spain, France in the semis. It's really hard to pick out once you're in the semis who's going to win. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to pick someone in the end, don't worry. But let's work our way from the bottom half of this draw now. So Argentina, Cabo Verde. Cabo Verde have won just by getting this far. Argentina are going to win that, sweep that. Australia, Egypt. Again, who cares? Like, yeah, Egypt should win that. Like, they're the better team. Salah has been underperforming, though, generally underperforms for Egypt. They just took him off pretty early in the last game. Like, maybe it was to conserve him. Like, I don't think so, because they were playing for something in that game. Anyways, doesn't matter. Argentina will sweep them, so Argentina into the quarters. My half of this bracket: Colombia, Ghana, Switzerland, Argentina, Algeria. Sorry, again, Argentina doesn't matter. Is going to beat them, but if you want to know my picks, I'd say Ghana could beat Colombia. I reckon Colombia are favourites for that one. Yeah, come on, Black Stars. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd like to see the Black Stars win. Oh, we've had a light die, but I still feel like I look like I'm shining. This might even look better. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, you guys chat how you like about the light. Write a comment. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least the thing has. I need my boy to give me my charger back so I can put that back on charge. But let's finish this up. Let's what we got going on. So Switzerland, Algeria. Who cares? Like, come on, Algeria probably. Do you know what I'm saying? Switzerland probably gonna be favourites. Like, who cares? you know, I would like to see a Colombia-Argentina quarter, even though I said that Ghana will beat Colombia. But, you know, if the favourites go through, then, yeah, I think the team that could challenge Argentina the most, probably Colombia. But, yeah, I mean, a Ghana-Argentina quarter as well would be nice. So I'm going to say Argentina-Ghana. Do you know what I'm saying? I think for Africa, that would be a good thing. DR England. Now, this is where we get into tricky stuff. Like, I'm a huge England supporter. You know, the only team I really support in the world. I like to see the lads win. You know, lads, like, good luck. Do you know what I'm saying? That's going to be a tough game. Like, I think Congo are either going to go to penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like they're going to try sneak it. They've looked good this tournament. Like Congo, like held Portugal to a draw. They beat Uzbekistan like comfortably, but I mean anyone should beat Uzbekistan really. But I mean, regardless of who wins that, the next game will be Mexico-Ecuador, and like Mexico, come on, have to go through that. They got the home advantage. So if Mexico win, I think this game is in Mexico City, yep, and then the game after that will be again in Mexico City. So if Mexico-England in the round of 16 is like my pick, do you know what I'm saying? As much as I want to, I think I want Congo to like bring England to the brink, do you know what I'm saying? And like let them have it, but I want England to go through. Maybe that's my bias, but I think they will go through. I think they've got too much quality. Mexico, England. I've got Mexico. Honestly, home advantage is a huge thing at tournaments. You know, like in Mexico City, in front of like however tens of many, like 80, whatever thousand fans, they're just gonna want it. The Mexicans. Ivory Coast, Norway. Come on, Norway. Like Haaland, like I said, like, and then Brazil, Japan. I think is probably the game of the round, bro. I think my dark horse for the whole tournament has been one of them has been Japan. I think they're technically very good. They beat Brazil, as far as I remember. Let's have a look in the previous round. But let's have a look. What's happened? Let's see. Japan football team. Shout out to Google, do you know what I'm saying, for providing a cool interface where you can just go back. But yeah, 3-2 friendlies in October, they beat them. So I actually like think that once you beat someone, it's harder to win again. So I think it's like not served Japan well that they played them in the friendly. They didn't necessarily think that they were going to have to play him again, but it was a good, whoever set the friendly up, it was like good at the time, but now it's like you're giving away your secret, and Brazil will be a bit more prepared. So Brazil will beat that, will come through that, but I think that will be game of the round. Brazil, Norway. Come on, Norway, I'd love to see like Haaland go far in this tournament. I think Brazil will squeeze it just about, but if there was a fluff up in that round, I think like Norway could be a good odds-off favourite. But yeah, I think Brazil will be too strong. So then we got Mexico, England. So I reckon Brazil, Mexico. Do you know what I'm saying? That's like my final prediction. Brazil, Mexico in this quarterfinal, which will have the other quarterfinal will have like Argentina, like Ghana. I'm saying Brazil, Argentina in the other semi. I think that'll be big. I think I kind of want that to happen because I think one of the teams that would really want to stop Argentina, and that will have the passion and the fans to stop it. Which brings us to a Spain, France, Brazil, Argentina. It's boring World Cup. That's how it always goes. It's always the big teams. I don't think I'm not seeing any teams sneak in there. It's too many games. It's like 5 games on a row you got to win the World Cup after the quarters, after the qualifiers. Morocco, like I got Morocco, Japan, Mexico as my potential dark horses. Do you know what I'm saying? That I could see go far into the tournament. Those are my 3. I might put some money on for them to win the World Cup just in case. But I think it's going to be the big 4 in the end of the day of the semis. Who do I think is going to win the World Cup? You know, I'd like to see Brazil beat Argentina in a semi. Do you know what I'm saying? I think Argentina will be the favourites though, and France, Spain. You know, like I want to see Yamal. I want to see Yamal turn up. I like to see the kid do well. So I got Spain all the way to the end against Brazil in the final. Those are my predictions. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to watch this World Cup and enjoy it and try to stay out of the politics. And you know what I'm saying? Like, but we got to be attuned to it. We've got to understand what these guys are doing. Anyways, those are my predictions. Have fun. watching the games.